Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the Bro-chelor. I'm Dan, and I'm here with my friend Sean. Sean, say hi, buddy.
Salutations.
We're super excited to start this season off, and it's definitely one that it's a bit different because of the pandemic, but I'm sure because of Tasha's season, they're kind of used to it now. But yeah, I'm really excited. The first episode kind of started off, the usual way. Matt James coming in. And I gotta say, compared to other bachelorettes, this guy just makes me feel like a inadequate male. I don't know.
Yeah,
What about you?
I can definitely relate to that. He's got a very clean vibe to him. He doesn't seem too broy or too like, you know, again, that's the name of our show, but we want to preface that this is more of a emotional men pod video series than it is a frat bro series. So we can really we love a guy like Matt who wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's a very tall and handsome man, so it
Yeah,
is
he's a
hard to watch
stallion. He's a
sometimes.
stallion straight up.
Yeah.
Compared to Peter Weber, it's like I was like, all right, I can kind of. All right, Matt James comes in. No, it's just a different beast. Just a different beast for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. And it's easier to watch because you already know who these people are beforehand in most seasons,
Hmm.
but this is a new guy, and you're kind of going along with the journey with him, and you can see he's scared. Like you can tell how anxious he is, and I
Yeah.
love to see that like raw emotion from people, and that's obviously something that's apparent with him. And he likes to hear from the other woman too about their vulnerabilities. So he likes to feel like he's going with through this all the same thing as they are going through.
Yeah, it's definitely weird to have a bachelor and him not be someone that was on the show prior. Like he wasn't on the Bachelorette, obviously Bachelor in Paradise. He's just kind of coming off the street as Tyler Cameron's bestie, and that was the resume pretty much. So it's gonna be a bit different, but I'm definitely looking forward to see how he takes that and how someone just kind of who isn't really into show business at all, TV, whatever, and just kind of come on and do their thing.
Yeah,
So, starting to look at, where they're at, location wise compared to Tasha's season, it's kind of completely different. Looking back, them being at a La Quinta ho-
La
hotel
Quinta.
compared to
Yeah,
this massive mansion in Pennsylvania, it's definitely looking like there's going to be a bit more content this
a
season,
lot
I'd
more to
say.
do. Yeah, like
Yeah, for
like
sure.
the it's much more bachelor vibes than the last one because the last one it was just like a bunch of villas and there's nothing to do there. So they had to like bring people in and it didn't like have that much room it felt like. Where this one it has like acres upon acres of land where they can just build obstacle courses or whatever the hell they need to do.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, you look at some of the dates that are coming up on the previews, and they look just way better than the ones that Tasha and Claire had to do.
Yeah. Well, what were they? I remember the boxing one. That's all I remember.
Him flying a plane.
Oh yeah,
Uh, what was the other one? The one where you're going down the line through the air, zip lining.
ziplining. Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So I mean, we can get right into it. What do you think about the women this year so far?
I'll say this about the women. There's a lot more. There's a lot more. Sorry, let me just think about the word for a second. I had a word that I was going to say, but I forgot about it. There's a lot more character in these women than usual years. Like the women that come in past years, you can tell there's probably about 50% of them that are just in it just to be like, okay, yeah, I want to be famous, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but the girls on this season struck me as more personality, more backstory, something, they had things that like made them who they are, and not just like, snotty rich people that wanted to be famous for Insta
Yeah,
likes. There is one girl that, looks like that, but otherwise it doesn't seem that bad. Well, there's
that's
a few. There's
that New
still a few.
Yorker. That's the 21-year-old from New York.
Yeah, the Kit. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
21
Kit
years
Kit
old.
Kit Kat. Yeah,
21 years old, and
yeah, that's
she
crazy. That's crazy.
she she scares me. There's something about her that like it feels like she knows like political secrets. Like she feels like she's in like the underground of like some sort of weird rich people cult, and I don't like it. But also, and she doesn't seem like a good person, but also I like her, and I
Yeah,
really don't think I should, but I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
Nothing. Yeah.
I think compared to Peter's season of Women, this is just like 1,000% improvement over them. I thought that it's only been one episode, so it's not like I can tell yet, but they
Yeah.
just seem way more mature already than those women did,
Yeah.
and yeah, a lot of them just seem really nice. Shout out to that girl from Toronto too.
Two. There's two girls,
Two girls from Toronto.
and they
Yeah,
both made
yeah.
it. They both made it through. So
Oh gosh, I don't even
Tida.
want to talk yet about the girls who didn't make it through. Some question marks there from Matt.
Yeah.
Um, oh gosh. But first impressions on some of the girls. That the one girl, Sarah, I think she kind of looks like the woman protagonist from Lucifer. You know what I mean?
Sarah.
Sarah. She was one of the first ones that came out.
Sorry, I got it on my
No, yeah, you
computer.
gotta check the receipts. Yeah, it's okay.
I don't got it. I know a few names, but like also when I feel like it's understated how hard it is to remember 30 women's names, and like going into a rose ceremony and having to list like 25 of those names and be like, yeah, this girl, and not be like, what's your name again? And then
I feel like they're written down on the rose. I'm gonna say that. I think that's a big secret I'm pulling away from The Bachelor here
Sarah
because
or go ahead.
every time every time Matt was looking at the rose before he said their name, he would just kind of like look directly at the rose. So I'm thinking it's like written on the back of it or something
Maybe
on
there's
like a
like
little tag.
yeah, maybe there's like cue cards behind all the women. Like
Yeah,
the huge
there's just
card.
guys
Yeah.
standing there with the holding up the
Okay, I see
signs.
Sarah. She was the first one to pull him aside.
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what
She
were you
kind of looks
saying?
like that girl from Lucifer, the TV show,
I have
like the
not seen it.
main protagonist. I think she looks exactly like her, like literally the exact same.
You know who looks like someone is Rachel. She looks like Anna de Armas to me in some
Oh
ways.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
And I'll give my thoughts on Rachel like at the end, I guess. But
sure.
I like her. That's a little
I
tidbit
mean,
for you.
overall, not really too much happened in this epi. Like you just kind of met the women. Um,
Yeah.
Nothing really dramatic happened other than Queen Victoria coming in and kind of causing a stir amongst the women. But
Yeah. Well,
other than
Queen.
that, nothing
Yeah.
really.
Well, they were trying to play it up as much as they could. Like when Victoria came in, and it was also Kit that was talking to Matt,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
she's like, "Okay, princess, the queen has to talk now." And then
yeah. That was
she also made the same joke twice in her interview. Kit after she's like, "I'm the king, CEO, whatever, president." She
yeah.
made that joke in the interview, and then she made sure she made that joke in front of the girls too, which was pretty cringy. But
She thought that one was a zinger,
yeah,
eh? She's just
she
like,
had to.
I gotta get it out. Yeah.
She got to get it to the masses. Yeah.
Um.
And
Yeah.
then dildo girl tapping the girl on the shoulder. That girl
See,
did not like that.
I wouldn't like that. I don't know who would like that.
Yeah,
I thought that
that
was. I mean, like even if it's clean, it's like that's still just gross. Like you just don't. I wouldn't. Just disrespectful. I think, in my
yeah,
opinion.
that yeah, like I would get it. It was funny like at the for the first impression, like I guess like you do it. I don't know. But But to like keep carrying it around the whole time was
Yeah.
bold, very bold. Uh, and to just wave it around. Also, when she first impression, like talking to him, she handed it to him and he was just holding it, grasping it, like okay,
Oh man, she was like pointing at his face. Like, she's
yeah,
like when she pointed at him, she's like you, and she pointed it right at his head. I was like, oh man, come on. Like, oh yeah, that was I'm sure the producers told her just kind of keep it out there, kind of
yeah.
as a bit, but yeah, I mean, I think out of all the women so far, I think definitely Victoria is kind of the one that's being portrayed as the villain right now,
Well,
or
yeah,
just
that's what.
the
Yeah,
person who's a bit more annoying than anyone else. But I'm sure that there's been there was way more stuff than that happening, just kind of not
yeah.
put on the
Like, there's gonna
show.
be
But
a. I feel like Victoria, like, I feel like Matt's gonna barely because I don't believe that she's on it. I don't believe that Matt picked her. I believe that was a producer
oh,
rose.
no way,
Like
no
no
way,
way. Like
no
the
way.
last rose in every rose ceremony, especially the first one, is a producer rose, right? So if you pick the last person to be picked is the one that the producer tells the bachelor or bachelorette to say, okay, yeah, you got to pick this person because we need views. Um,
Yeah,
and but by a point he's going to be like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. She's just horrendous human being. So I don't see
like
how much longer she'll last.
not. I mean, not to be harsh on her or anything, but there were way. I thought women with way more personality and way more way better good looks got sent home instead of her. So I was just I mean as soon as I saw it come up at the end when he's like, all right, who's he gonna pick? It's like Queen Victoria or these other women who are definitely better choices. It's like
Yeah,
you know what he's gonna go with.
yeah, I knew it. It was inevitable.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
she was all over the place. I'm like, I don't want to be objectively like rude and stuff on this show too. You know, we're two guys, we're talking about women. We don't want to be, over the top.
yeah,
I just
I know.
I'll just say this. She looks like she was on OxyContin. Like she was sweating and
I think she was drunk. I
she
think she
was
was just
like
drunk,
really
to be
all over the
honest.
place. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
but not like a but she was drunk to a point where like it was like she didn't look drunk, she looked high to me cuz she was like just she was messy. That's all I'll
Yeah.
say.
Okay. But yeah, other than that, like not really. This was just more of just the intro episode as they usually are. But the 2 hours kind of sneaks up on you. It goes by pretty quickly. You don't even really realize it. But I wanted to ask you who your top three picks are so far going forward after
Okay.
the first episode. Who gets your first impression rose, and
I
then
had
who are two other
okay.
women? Yeah,
Okay. I had 4, so this will
four.
be a
Okay.
bit tough.
Mm-hmm.
But the two other women were for me Abigail, who got the first impression rose,
Yeah.
who is
Yep.
deaf, and I just wanted to say that not a preachy thing because I am indeed also legally deaf without tubes in my ears. So shouts out. Uh, and but otherwise she was so vulnerable. That's why I like the. Well, you'll see with the girl I give my first impression rose is why I chose her is because she was vulnerable. The
Uh
other
huh.
girl, I would say Bree. She was pretty vulnerable, talking about her family, and then Rachel, who is my giving my first impression rose to, because
Okay.
she was pretty vulnerable and she looks like Ana de Armas. So,
Was she was the one that was talking about like hurricanes and stuff like that in her hometown?
uh,
Or was that a different one?
I don't remember
The two of
that
them look the two
exactly.
of them look really similar.
I just
There's the
remember
one, yeah, that
she just talked about how like it was hard for her to be vulnerable because in the past it hasn't worked out.
yeah.
She's also from Cumming, Georgia.
That's a very funny name. If you don't get the joke, you're too young to be watching this podcast. Um, but yeah, I mean that's a pretty good pick. Who's your fourth? Did you say there was a fourth one that you
uh,
wanted?
Chelsea, the model,
Okay,
and I don't know
yeah.
why. It was just because she just had a vibe to her. I don't know, but
Hmm.
again, she's a model, so we don't know. Like, we need to see more from her. But like, I just like she's very good looking, so that's all. And she
Yeah.
was rocking that dress.
Um, I'll give you mine. I'll give you mine. So, but before I even get into who I wanted, who was my number one pick, who was the first impression rose, I just wanted to say some of the really funny entrances that they had. That
Yeah,
the one of the girls, what's her name, Kimberly, she came in with just rocking the big fish, and I was just thinking to myself, I was like, 50% of male Tinder was just so fired up seeing that. Like, I'm finally validated for putting that picture in my profile.
yeah. And then
Just so
the
excited.
other girl who rolled up in a truck, and the
Yeah,
boys are like,
yeah,
"Oh,
yeah. The boys are just,
that's
they're really
that's
pandering to
we,"
the country boy this season. I think.
which is weird
I don't know.
because yeah,
Um, and the other girls like that. Oh my gosh, Sarah, the girl who wore the goat shoes, in that was so funny. And I don't know
she
if just
yeah
it went over Matt's head or maybe she just wasn't that interesting, but Matt's just like, no, you gotta go. I'm not gonna give you a
yeah
rose. It's like, all
her
right,
interviews were so like like quirky and like fun. Like I just she
yeah,
was
yeah. I
funny.
thought she was gonna be
She
there for
seemed
longer
yeah
than.
yeah she seemed really nice. That was my missed one for me. He missed on that one.
Mhm. I think another really funny one was, well, not the entrance, but Riley. That's the girl who showed up and just wearing like lingerie off the start and came with that lingerie rack.
Yeah,
The
that was
funniest, one of the funniest parts of the episode, they just cut to her when she's talking to Matt, and she's just like, "What's your favorite animal?" It's like,
yeah
wow,
yeah.
these are the important questions that you got to be asking on a first date.
And he's like Panda Bear.
So funny. Yeah,
Great.
panda bear.
That's a good answer, Matt. That's a good answer.
Oh my god.
What's your
But yeah,
favorite
I'd
animal?
say my favorite animal, probably the otter. I'd say the
That's
otter.
nice.
It's a very
That's
majestic creature. I know yours is probably the turtle, right?
Let's go, Turtle Gang. Shout out.
Yeah, I
And he
knew
was
that. I
wearing a
knew that. I knew
he
that.
was wearing a turtleneck in this episode. Shout out turtlenecks.
So my top like three girls, I'd say. I mean, I'm gonna put Serena right there because she's from Toronto.
Okay, fair.
Gotta respect the TO girl, and she's a publicist as well. That's pretty cool
Hmm.
compared to the other jobs.
A lot of attorneys, I feel like.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna give Riley one just because of that animal question. That was just awesome. Thought that was really funny.
Riley, that's her
And
name.
yeah, Riley.
It says
Yep.
Kaylee here,
Oh, am I getting fact checked here?
or
I thought it was Riley.
am I looking at the wrong woman? I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever. We'll figure it
I
out.
think oh, sorry, they might be two different. I get super if the girls look the exact same. It's just it's especially it being the first episode. It's kind of tough.
Yeah.
And the one girl, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to Maji Maggie from
The
the one from
Ethiopian.
Ethiopia. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's a really cool story. It's kind of the Bachelor finally obviously diversifying itself this year with
Yeah.
the lead and with more of the casting as well, which is awesome.
Yeah. Because
But yeah,
it
I
you know
think
what it brings out more stories that are like
mhm,
it, yeah, because it's just like usually it's just a bunch of white women or white men, and it's just like they're
for
all in
sure.
insta thought boys,
Yeah, pretty
and it's
much.
just like yeah, but usually with like this, it's like people want to come and they tell their story, which is nice.
Yeah, they might have learned from this most recent season of The Bachelorette that having more mature contestants kind of makes it a, just better content overall because they actually care to be there, right? Um,
Yeah.
that's what I think anyway. And it's just kind of they actually are looking for something like you said. It's not just kind of social media clout kind of coming in.
Well, there definitely still is a few there that I would
Yeah,
see them And also, it's the first episode. It's our first impression, so we don't know
Hmm.
the whole story.
Yeah, yeah, it was a pretty good episode. I think I was getting ripped on for watching it instead of the hockey game, Canada hockey game that was on. Um, but yeah, so it's it was a good start. I think good start of the season.
Yeah, it was good. I have no qualms about anything. Just Matt. I just want to hear more about Matt himself, like backstory of stuff. That's all I
Hmm.
want to see. And
Yeah,
then
and
obviously
we
drama.
yeah, we kind of got a preview of what's going to be coming up in the next few episodes. You see that I don't know. It was really weird the way they explained it. They said that like two more girls that kind of knew him before
Yeah,
came in.
and then the girl who was on before one
Oh,
season.
Heather, yeah.
I know her face. I just don't know when she was on.
She was on the Bachelor. I think maybe like Ari's season. I'm not sure, or maybe it was Colton's season. I don't really remember,
Yeah,
but yeah, I think that's going to be really interesting to see because obviously she's come. I don't know if she'll be back on the show. It might just be one of those things where she drops in for an episode and the storyline is that she's trying to win him back, maybe, and then he kind
I
of says
think
like
it's like
no.
yeah. I think it might be one of those things where like a bachelorette contestant comes on because they just want to be back in the show again, and they might
For
like the
sure.
person. I know that
Yeah.
that guy Chris, I believe, who's been on like four Bachelor in Paradise seasons and like two Bachelorette seasons,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he would try to weasel his way into every season. Uh,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Bad
so it might
Chris,
be
the guy
that
who's
type of
married to
deal.
that Crystal. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool. Do you have any closing points for the about the show or anything?
um, closing points. Listen, we are two guys that like to wear our heart on our sleeves, and with this show brings out the best and the worst of us. You're gonna see that. Uh, and so far, though, it's brought out I think a very nice start with Matt, seems to be very genuine and kind and down to earth, and I like the start of how it's going. But also, I live for the drama, so snap.
Big drama king, big Whitby drama king guy for sure.
Drama
He loves it.
king. Yes, sir. Yes,
Um,
sir.
all right, so that's pretty much it for this episode of the Bro-chelor. We'll be doing weekly roundups every single Tuesday. Tuesday at some point during the day. Tuesday middle of the day. Tuesday night. We're so excited to start this. This has been something that we've been planning to do for a few months now, at least through the middle of last season of the Bachelorette. So
Yes.
yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure to like. If you really like us, make sure to subscribe to us. And if you don't like us, it's understandable. There's a lot of people that don't like us. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.